I knew it. I knew it. What's going on, guys? This morning, I knew it. I should have done this, but just didn't do it. That part right there, my oil cooler has gone out. I knew it was going to happen. It was the back of my mind because of my other 7.3 when I replaced the injectors and put the chip in a crossover kit. I knew it. Just the extra pressure. Those O-rings, they just go bad, brittle, and they just spray oil. As you can see, it's covered in oil. It's very wet. There's oil running all the way down here. And I thought it was oil was coming out of my back of the engine, like a rear main seal or something, because it was dripping down here. But what was happening when I was driving, when I was the motion of the forward of the truck, it was just the air and everything was just pushing all the oil back. It was running all over the place. But yeah, so I already picked up a seal kit. They're very cheap. They run about $10. The problem is getting that damn thing out and separated and getting those big O-rings on. It was a pain in the ass, but that's what I'm going to do this morning, pull that out, get that back in and get that done. It's one of those things. I knew it because I experienced it in my other truck. I should have just gone ahead and done it, but I put it off, and here I am today. So that's what I'll be doing today. I'll stop the video and I'll show you when I get it out what the O-rings look like. Okay. So here we are. I have the part removed. Roughly, it took me about 2 hours to get this out. I don't know. There might be a special trick, but the only thing I always run into, the actual little down 90-degree pipe coming off the water pump. If that was removed, that would be a little bit easier to get to these bolts here. This is the front of the engine. But I didn't remove that because, like I said, I had some experience doing it with the other one with some different kind of sockets and swivels, so I was able to remove that. But if you were to remove that little 90-degree pipe coming off your water pump, it should be fairly easy to get to. So as you could see, this is definitely leaking. You could see the buildup here, and this is where I found my drip when I parked the truck. It was actually dripping in front of the motor. But if I was to drive it and stop and put in park really quick, there was some drips coming out of the back of the motor. But what was happening, the oil was traveling on the cradle where the motor sits and coming out the back. But this is definitely the thing. I should have done it when I was doing my water pump, but I didn't do it. I don't know why. I'm an idiot for not doing it because I knew this was going to happen once I use the new injectors and a chip that's in the truck now. But what I'm going to do is separate this now. I'm going to pause the camera and separate, and I'm going to show you why this leaks. So be back in a second. Okay, so here I am. I have it apart. When you're taking it apart, I always put a little bit of WD-40 around the O-rings there. While it's still connected, I spray around there just to make sure it loosens it up. Then all I do is I hold the whole unit up in the air, use a rubber mallet. And this confirms my suspicions even more because this was the front. And this is the front cap here. And what happened is I whacked it with the rubber mallet one time and this came off. There's no way in hell this should come off with one little whack. What happens is those O-rings are very dry, and I will show you here in a second. And the back side was a little tougher. I kept whacking it with the rubber mallet. Nothing was happening. So I gently used the hammer. I do not recommend using a hammer because this is very fragile shit. It's not cheap on eBay to replace it. But if you have to use it, just tap around the edges. What I done is I took it and I just tapped it lightly, got it loosened up, used a little bit more WD-40, and just whacked it with the rubber mallet. But like I said, be careful with a hammer because you can chip something. It's very thin, and you don't want to be there in that situation. But here, let me show you. This is the O-ring. As you can see, already a crack Watch this. I done a video on my last one I done. There you go. There you go. New O-ring. Old. Watch this. You see that? Watch this. There you go. So, if you do have a 7.3 and you're doing your water pump, do this. I know it's a little bit more work. The gas kit only runs $10, but you're going to put yourself in a bad situation because I was driving it and I roughly lost easily 4 quarts of oil driving it for about 10 minutes. It was just squirting out like crazy. But to show you again what happens, there you go. It just crumbles. More than likely, this is the original one. No one took it apart. But yeah, and it's always the inner O-ring that's like that. This one here. There you go. There you go. Same thing. Watch this. There you go. There's your O-ring. There you go. Goddamn $10 fix can leave you stranded on the road or lock up your motor. There you go. $10 fix. Ain't that a bitch? Yep. So what I'm going to do now is throw it in a parts cleaner, get it all cleaned up, get these new O-rings on, and get it back mounted on there. But yeah, if you guys are doing your water pump with an OBS 7.3, man, do this. I'm telling you, if you have not done this and you got over 150,000 miles on your truck, telling you do it, it's going to save you a lot of headaches in the long run. All right, thanks for watching, and hopefully this is the last thing. I am almost positive. I'm praying this is the last thing I have to do on the truck. You know, I've done a lot of work to it. I wish I never skipped this damn thing, and I knew it was going to go out once I put those injectors in that chip. I just knew it. I was just waiting for it now, and it happened this morning. All right, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. I'll get right back to you. Have a great day.